Hydrogen cars are taking over electric cars. There has been a constant battle between hydrogen and electric cars, with both trying to beat each other with regard to the sustainability factor. So let us dive into the details and specifications of these two cars to find out more about who wins at the sustainability game. Function. First up, let's take a look at hydrogen cars and see how they work. A hydrogen car shares the characteristics of an electric car and also that of a conventional petrol car. Hydrogen cars consist of one main component, the fuel cell. Due to this reason, they are commonly known as fuel cell vehicles or fuel cell electric vehicles. The fuel cells convert the stored hydrogen gas into electricity, following which the electricity is utilized to power up an electric motor. This helps propel the car without releasing any toxic emissions. So basically, an electrochemical reaction is what's taking place inside the car to generate its energy to function. The only byproduct released from this entire process is heat and water. This makes it seem like the perfect solution to make the transportation industry sustainable. But let us take a quick look at electric vehicles before we raise assumptions. Electric vehicles, which are more commonly known as EVs, utilize electric motors to generate power. They extract the current from a battery that can be recharged or secure power from any source of energy. There is no chemical reaction that takes place. Both seem like viable options here, but let us take a look at a few more factors before we draw out a conclusion on which is better out of the two types of cars. Driving range. While buying a car, the driving range is one of the major features a buyer looks into that helps them decide if they wish to purchase the vehicle or not. Let us take a look at two examples, one of a hydrogen car and the other of an electric car, and see how they fare in terms of their driving range. The Hyundai Nexo is a hydrogen-powered car that has quite a reputation amongst other cars in the same category. On the other hand, we have the Tesla Model S, which is an electric car and one of the best of its kind. The Hyundai Nexo can travel around 330 miles, which is around 550 kilometers. The Tesla Model S can also travel similar distances. Coming back to the topic of their driving ranges, it is quite hard to compare the both of them as various other factors have to be considered as well. The metrics that you need to consider include factors such as the number of passengers the vehicle is carrying, whether the air conditioner is turned on or off, or whether the vehicle is traveling on a highway or is stuck in slow-moving traffic. Due to this reason, there have been mixed reviews and differing opinions from both sides. But, on careful research and considering all factors and opinions, we'll have to side with hydrogen cars on this one, and here's why. Hydrogen cars are known to store their large amount of energy pretty well, hence they are able to travel longer distances. Generally speaking, electric vehicles are able to cover distances of 100 to 200 miles on a single charge, while hydrogen cars can travel 300 miles with the same amount of energy. I guess we have a winner here, so a drum roll please for hydrogen cars. Power refueling stations. Growing up, we have seen plenty of petrol or gas stations at regular distances, ready to serve the needs of the various cars passing by or ones that need a quick refueling. But with hydrogen and electric cars being quite new to the industry, the number of refueling or charging stations for these cars is still quite small in number. Though the numbers are growing as we speak, let us take a look into the numbers of the stations we have. As of December 2018, the number of electric charging stations in the US was around 20,000, which would have definitely increased by now. This is actually quite a big number due to the fact that, at the same point in time, there were only 45 hydrogen filling stations available in the US, and even those 45 were concentrated mainly in the California region and not well dispersed across the country. With that being said, we think it is safe enough to say that hydrogen cars need to work on increasing the number of their charging points in order to raise the competition, as well as to beat electric cars in this regard. In addition to this, hydrogen cars and stations need to be worked on in terms of a variety of factors such as the infrastructure of the stations, the supply of the energy, as well as the technology that they use at these points. To conclude, hydrogen cars are years behind electric vehicles in terms of the number of charging stations, and they need to up their game if they wish to succeed. Power refueling time duration. Hydrogen cars are known to fuel up quite quickly. In fact, hydrogen cars can take the same amount of time to pump hydrogen into the tank as it takes for fuel to be filled into a conventional petrol car, which is approximately 5 to 10 minutes. Electric cars can take quite a long time to power up. This can be exhausting for the drivers every time they need to recharge the vehicles. Let us take the example of Tesla cars. The Tesla cars are one of the fastest charging electric vehicles out there, and it takes approximately 30 minutes to charge their vehicles up to 80%. This is undertaken with the help of a 120 kilowatt Tesla fast charger. The rest of the EVs can take quite a long time to charge, usually hours and beyond exaggerating. The BMW i3 is said to take 4 hours to charge itself, while the Nissan Leaf can take up to 8 hours. Moreover, the charging time for the electric vehicle also depends on quite a few other factors, including the type of charging connector used, the charging station, and so on. As we speak, Tesla is working on a V3 supercharger, which is said to be way better and faster than its other chargers. It is currently in its beta testing phase in San Francisco, but still doesn't seem to be providing good enough results that can beat what hydrogen cars can offer in this regard. To top this all off, 1 kilogram of hydrogen has the potential of generating 236 times the energy produced when 1 kilogram of lithium-ion batteries are used. With those numbers, it is pretty evident who the winner is. So, once again, hydrogen cars win when it comes to the time duration taken to fuel up their tanks. Electric cars really need to work on this factor if they want to stand a chance against hydrogen cars. Benefits of hydrogen cars. Before we decide who the clear winner is, let us take a quick look at some benefits that are provided by hydrogen cars. Hydrogen fuel cells offer an exquisite USP. In addition to this, though they may be hard to recycle, they are being reused as part of backup generations in institutions such as hospitals. With no major pollution emissions being released as well as having a fast refueling power, hydrogen cars are winning the hearts of many. Studies have shown that an increase in the hydrogen economy has the potential of reducing carbon dioxide emissions by 0 to 27%. This would be possible when the levels of methane leakage from the natural gas drop. Methane cracking is used to produce hydrogen, and when the hydrogen fuel cell is in use. Hydrogen cars versus electric cars, the winner of the battle. Now, let us conclude and answer the big question on who wins the sustainability battle, and whether it will be electric cars or hydrogen cars. As of today, methane reforming is the main process used to produce hydrogen. This process isn't an eco-friendly one, and it contributes negatively to climate change. Even if we improve this process so that it is more environmentally friendly, the solution won't last for a long time. But with technology developing at an astronomical rate, improvising processes such as electrolysis may do the trick. Even then, securing energy from a grid, like how electric vehicles do, seems to be a better alternative. But hydrogen cars have a massive amount of potential. We say this with great confidence because a lot of new developments are taking place in the sector as we speak. One new method that is being researched is the proton exchange membrane. Scientists have said that this method has provided 86% efficiency so far. Only time and improvisation on the method will tell if the option is a viable one or not. Another method that can be looked into is the utilization of extra energy to produce hydrogen, which in turn will be used to create a hydrogen-lithium-ion hybrid car. Of course, this would require a massive amount of research and trials to make it a reality, but there is plenty of hope for it. As of today, electric vehicles are taking over due to them being a more accessible option and the charging procedures being more efficient. But it is just a matter of time before hydrogen cars take over from the electric cars and dominate the transportation industry. What do you guys think is a better alternative between hydrogen cars and electric cars? Provide us with your insights down below in the comments. While you're at it, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to Vehicle TV and hit that post notification. See you then.